1 second, guys. I'm getting worse, aren't I? I'm getting worse. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday the 12th of May. So, good morning, everybody. Hopefully you're well. Now, yesterday I came on and I did an omelette, and I thought, let's do another breakfast recipe for you. So, what I've got planned for you today is I found a recipe. It's baked tomatoes on toast. So, the first thing you need to do is put your oven on if you're making this. So, hello, Melanie. Lovely to see you. Wasn't that storm bad last night? Do you know what time I went to sleep? I probably went to sleep at about 1:30, maybe 2:30 this morning. I slept really, really well though. Well, and then I woke up at 6 o'clock, so I've only had about 4.5 hours sleep, but never mind. Anyway, so first thing I want to do, let me just put my contact lenses in first. It's always the first thing that I need to do on a morning that I always forget to do. Actually, no, I'm not gonna actually, but I will spin you round and then I will we'll make a start on this recipe. So put my glasses on. You don't usually see me. I know. I saw that, Melanie. I saw that. It looked. He did something with his finger, didn't he? It looked like he hurt his finger, or don't know how that happened, but it does look really bad. So yeah, we're sending all our love to Blaine. So fingers crossed, speedy recovery. So I'm going to spin you around, okay? So I need to get some new glasses. I've had these a while. Okay, let me spin you around so you can see what I'm doing. So, fingers crossed the connection stays okay. So we put the oven on, okay. It's having stitches now. Oh, that's good, that's good. So I'm just charging my iPad at the same time. So what we do is preheat the oven to gas mark 5, 190 degrees Celsius, a fan oven of 170. And then what we're going to use is 8 tomatoes. So I'm only going to use small tomatoes. Let me find some tomatoes. I usually have everything. Oh, actually, no. I think this recipe is actually for maybe 2 or 3 people. So these are quite big tomatoes. So I'm going to use 3. I think 3 is enough because if I'm only having it on 1 slice of bread, that should be enough. Okay, you can also 8 tomatoes half, 3 handful cherry tomatoes. If you've got smaller tomatoes, use them as well. You want some mixed herbs, some chives, some cheese, and some breadcrumbs as well. So we're actually going to use breadcrumbs as well as normal bread. So let me just get some cheese. It does actually ask for Parmesan cheese, but I've only got cheddar cheese. So use whatever cheese that you have. Okay. Okay. I will try and read the comments in a moment, guys. So put your oven on, make sure that is nice and hot. I'm just going to get some chives. So as you see here, I grow my own herbs. So we've got, look at this chive plant now that I've been growing for all these years. Okay, please don't spam the chat, whoever you are. You might have known me for a long time, but I do, as when I come live now, I don't, if you do spam the chat with constant messages, whether it's about myself or whether it's about anybody else, we don't accept that on Haps, okay? So just so you know, Periscope was completely different. Instant chat. You can talk about anything. Haps, I have a purpose as well. What I do like to do on live stream. So if you're constantly bombarding the chat, that's taking away my viewer count, like my actual messages that I get from people who watch me. So I'm not having a rant. I'm just saying they are the new rules. Okay. So if you constantly spam the chat box with constant messages with it's about myself, we're here to learn to cook, not to talk about myself. Okay. So that was in Periscope days. So we're moving on from Periscope. We're now on Haps, okay? I had somebody ask me the same questions constantly, over and over and over again, and they got blocked. So you're on your warning, okay? I don't care if I've known you for years. I don't care if it's very personal. You don't ask personal questions. Just like if you might have known me for, I've never met you. if you know, and you will be blocked, okay? If you constantly, so you're on your first warning. If you continue, I will have to block you, okay? So I'm trying to cook here. Okay, so you want some breadcrumbs. Don't mean to be nasty, and I'm not a nasty person, but I have to draw the line somewhere. Hello, Caroline. Good morning. So yeah, let's carry on, shall we? Let's crack on. So you want some breadcrumbs. We've got some cheese. You're going to need some bread. Now I'm actually going to use They actually asked for wholemeal bread, so let's use the wholemeal bread. I'm using an ancient grain farmhouse bread. So this is packed with 15% grains and seeds. Okay. So let's crack these open. I feel like I've put the oven on for ages now. I am feeling a lot better, guys, compared to yesterday, although I still feel a bit... I think it was the weather yesterday. Really just took it out. I don't know if a lot of other people felt the same way, but really, I think the weather's... It's messing up my emotions, because usually I go abroad. Like we go on holiday, don't we? We've not had holiday for ages, because we can't travel. We've not had any nice hot weather, so it's just felt like we've been in winter for maybe like longer than we should, really. Usually by May time we've had a really hot spell of weather, and we haven't had any hot weather this year. It's very strange. So I can't even get open this bread. Right, let me just... There we go, I've done it, guys. So we've got 2 nice pieces of wholemeal bread here. Now I do try not to eat as much bread, because it is quite high in points. So we've got our chives, yeah, and then you need some black pepper as well. Okay, so first thing we're doing is we're going to arrange the tomatoes, cutting the sides up on a baking sheet. So let's get my baking sheet out. Baking tray. Let me just grab my... what do you call these? Hand... Let's just move these to one side. Don't worry, the pan's not on. I'm just making some space. So you're going to take a baking tray. Let's spin you round. There you go, so you can see me. So you're going to take a baking tray. I will get there eventually, because I'm reading off a recipe, you see. And we're going to put on the tomatoes on a baking sheet. So you don't want to make a mess with this. So we're just going to get some baking paper, baking parchment. This is why I don't do breakfast scopes, because I am always a little bit too slow on a morning. Okay, so you take your baking sheet just like that. Okay, and we're going to then cut up the tomatoes. So let me just take my chives, move them to one side. Try and do it so you can actually see at the same time. So we need to cut these into strips. I don't think I'm going to need all these tomatoes, you know. So we're going to arrange these on the tray. I think I'm only going to use 2. I don't actually know how big these need to be. So we're just going to arrange, just like that, arrange the tomatoes on a baking tray. Okay. Cutting the sides up on a baking tray. I'm going to sprinkle some dried herbs. Now I've got some mixed herbs, which you can buy from your supermarket. So we're going to put on some mixed herbs. So in here we've got some dried basil, dried thyme, and dried oregano. Okay, so we're going to put mixed herbs on there as well, just like that. Okay, really simple. And then next thing we're going to do is we're going to add some chives. So I've got some fresh chives that I'm just going to cut my plant up, and then we're going to just put some fresh chives on top of the tomatoes. This is really different for me. I don't usually do things like this, but we thought we'd have a bit of a change. So just chop the chives up. Use scissors. I think scissors are always best. Okay. and just mix them up. So we've got fresh chives and mixed herbs on our tomatoes. Next thing we're going to do then is sprinkle with some black pepper. So black pepper, just like that. And we're going to then pop these in the oven for 10 minutes. Okay, so I don't know if it needs any, I don't think it needs any oil. So 10 minutes this is going to go in the oven for, okay? So we don't add anything else just yet. Okay, we've got our breadcrumbs ready. So they're going to go on after 10 minutes. And then we're going to also at the same time with the breadcrumbs add the cheese and roast for 5 minutes. So then we're going to toast the bread, and then that's pretty much it. So whilst that's in there for 10 minutes, what we're going to do is we're going to do some orange juice. Who loves orange juice? Give me a thumbs up if you love orange juice. So this is what I got from IKEA. Now, I didn't realise the first time I used this, and I'm sure a lot of other people probably don't do the same, is I thought that went in there and that just goes on the top and you do it like that because it moves, doesn't it, left and right. I thought that can't be right. And then I realised when I was washing it up that this attaches to the top and that slots on there. That's how you do it. So it is for breakfast, yes, Melanie, yes. So we've got a big one and a small one. I'm going to use the, for big oranges, I like to use the bigger one. So we're going to use this, okay. I know, it sounds so crazy, but I'm sure a lot of people have done that before and not realised that it actually goes on the top. So I've got some nice big oranges. So let me just grab the oranges. These are really, really nice huge oranges here, as you can see. And then we're just going to chop these in half. Oh, look at them. If you've got loads of oranges, this is one of the best things. And you're just going to slot it on the top and juice the oranges. Thank you so much, Caroline, for the award, Stay Safe award. I love fresh orange juice. And the best place as well to get oranges really, really cheap is your markets. Go to your local markets because they sell oranges they just sell them off. Usually at Leeds Market, they're selling loads and loads of oranges off. You can get maybe about 10 oranges, 12 oranges for £1. These are not actually from Leeds Market, but I will certainly be going there next time. So you can squeeze all the juice out. Let's do this other half. And I just think real oranges taste 10 times better than orange juice from a carton. Yeah, it's this. Well, this recipe, Melanie, actually comes. Well, it doesn't. It's from a website. First of all, it's from I'll let you know the website in a moment. But it's actually a very common dish in Spain, isn't it? When you go for breakfast, you have maybe like this is sort of like a Spanish breakfast because you have your fresh orange juice, you've got your tomatoes, but I really like the tomato. You know when you get bread, toast and tomatoes. That's something that I always remember when I go to Spain. And I've always wanted to make it, so I thought, well, give this recipe a try. Usually you have tomatoes with eggs all the time, but this is just basic tomatoes on toast. So I'm sure you can also have it in a wrap as well. So we've just cut the other orange up. There's a lot of juice coming out of this. Love fresh oranges on a morning. No worries, Caroline, that's fine. Thanks, Caroline, for coming in. What's that say, Tommy? English food tends to be so bland. It depends on what you add to it, I suppose. You can you know, all food's bland because it's raw. It's raw food. You know, some of the best chefs in the world add a lot of ingredients to their food. There's not very many foods, I wouldn't say, out there that are naturally flavourful. You know, there's a lot of countries around the world, a lot of food that doesn't taste the same without any extra spices and things added to it. Okay, so there we go. That's our orange juice, and I'm just going to grab my glass. I've got a nice. Actually, this is a Jack Daniel's glass, and I'm going to pour in the orange juice just like that. You can see this. Look at that, guys. All that juice that's come out of. There's still more. There we go. Pure orange juice, guys. So much better making your own. And you save so much money as well. You can obviously add in the extra pips if you want to. So, cheers, everybody. And it gets rid of all the pips just using that IKEA juicer. Oh, that is absolutely delicious. Okay, so I'm going to pop that to one side. Fresh orange juice. Let me just get rid of the chives, and then we'll do the toast. Okay, so does anybody have any questions at all? Pulp Fiction, says Melanie. Yeah. Yeah, don't waste the pulp. It's good in muffins. That's a really great idea, actually. And possibly tomorrow or the next couple of days, I do have an apple and banana muffin recipe for you. So I'm going to go through. It's a new app that I found. I'll show you, Melanie. It's called. I don't actually have the name of it. It's just, I think it's called Easy Recipes, and there was only a few recipes on there for the breakfast options. But there's like a breakfast burrito. There's the tomato dish that we're doing today. There's apple and banana muffins. So yeah, I might be able to pop that into a box and then pop that in the fridge, so I can use that for the muffins. But yeah, apple and banana muffins, they look really good to make. So okay, so I'm just going to toast my bread, because you can obviously reheat this bread in the oven if you wanted to afterwards. So let's make the toast. So I'm going to pop it in the toaster. Okay, so that's now on. So we've got our breadcrumbs. What we're going to need for this next stage is we're going to sprinkle the breadcrumbs and some cheese over the top. So you're going to need, let's check, 2 tablespoons of breadcrumbs, and 4 teaspoons of cheese. So we can just grate the cheese into it. So 2 tablespoons of breadcrumbs. I'm going to use these. If you want to make your own breadcrumbs, just obviously get some old, well, not old bread, but bread that you're ready to get rid of or whatever, and then you can pop them in the oven. But I do find sometimes if it's already made, then it's just easy for you to do. Oh, that sounds really nice, Melanie. Chocolate orange. Oh, Melanie, your ideas will end up me putting all my weight back on with the chocolate. Yeah, maybe use some cocoa powder and the orange. That would be really nice. Ooh, I might actually make them tomorrow. Okay, let me just check, because the oven's been on. The tomatoes are roasting nicely. Oh, the smell coming out of the oven is amazing. So it's going to make it quite crunchy as well. I'm not sure a reason why you would add breadcrumbs, but in fact, let's put the breadcrumbs on now, and I'd rather leave it in a little bit longer. So 10 minutes for the tomatoes. The toast is the bread's in the toaster. So let's take this out of the oven. I'll show you how it looks. Been in long enough. Okay, maybe a little bit longer until they soften down a little bit more, but we're going to add some breadcrumbs on here and the cheese. depending on how soft you like your tomatoes. So we're going to take 2 tablespoons of breadcrumbs, and we're just going to pop these on the top. Hopefully you can see that. So that's 1. Oh, this is going to be so good. And then we're going to take some cheese as well now and grate the cheese on top of the tomatoes. So it's just a really different recipe. Let's use a different grater for a change. I'm just going to grate some cheese on the top of here. Obviously, if you want your tomatoes a lot softer, then oh, this is going to be so good. And then this is going to go on top of the. Oh God, this cheese is amazing. So we're going to have melted cheese on top of roasted tomatoes and herbs and chives. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. Hello, Christine. So yeah, we're doing tomatoes, roasted tomatoes with mixed herbs. We've added some chives. We've now added some cheese and some breadcrumbs on the top. So it's in the oven. It'll take another 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're going to have it on top of some toast. So it's a different recipe. We've just made some fresh orange juice. So cheers, everybody. It's quite a Spanishy breakfast. Quite a Spanishy breakfast. So yeah, I'm sorry about the person. Well, if my troll is in the house, although I don't think they're a troll. The thing I don't like is when people come into my broadcast and just start talking about something completely different to what I'm doing, and I don't find that at all acceptable, and it needs to stop. It really needs to stop. I know you guys are not the ones doing it, but if you do that again and anybody comes into my broadcast and does that again, you will be blocked. It's not acceptable. There's actually going to be a new law in this country, in the UK, that is coming into force in the next couple of weeks, is that any social media out there that comes into a broadcast, doesn't matter what platform it is, Facebook, Twitter, because it was from Twitter, if you are in any way hateful or you cause any crime, you're going to be breaking the law, and social media could actually come to an end in the UK because we're fed up of it. We're absolutely fed up of it. It's unacceptable. So just be warned. You know, the best thing is to make So any social media, you'll be fined up to £18 million if you, or 10% of your business earnings as a social media platform. You'll be fined that amount if you allow trolls to come onto your platform, and that's going to be the law in the next couple of weeks. So I cannot wait. The days we can actually just do what we love doing without people having to come into our broadcasts and spread hate, nasty comments, personal comments. That is a form of hate speech, in my opinion. And anything like sort of terror related or anything like that. So, I cannot wait for this law to pass, because it will do. It will do. So I apologise for everybody that had to put up with that at the beginning of the broadcast. So, but deep breath. And I don't feel too great either. Yesterday I wasn't feeling at all. I feel a little bit better today. I do feel better today, but you can hear it in my voice that I'm not feeling too well. So it's a mixture of things. Oh, my toast is done, I should say. My toast is done. So how do you like your toast, guys? Do let me know. How do you like your toast on a morning if you have bread? Do you like it white? Do you like it brown? More toasted? Burnt? Some people don't even let their bread toast that much. So yeah, I'm not too bad. It's just, I don't know, it's really weird. I think it's the weather. The weather is definitely playing with me. Really strange. I had a really nice long bath last night and I felt a little bit better then. But I think I need to just drink more water. This orange juice is so nice. Right, the tomatoes are nearly done, I think. Oh, this looks good, guys. We're nearly ready. We're nearly ready. Just gonna give it 2 more minutes. So how are you guys today? How are you, Christine? How's Melanie today? Hello, Happy Gora, sorry. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, yours crispy. I'm not going to be putting any butter on here. So this is just tomatoes. I think also if the smaller tomatoes, these are quite big tomatoes. They do take longer in the oven, but my oven was on a good 20 minutes before I put the tomatoes in. So obviously 10 minutes is what they say, because they're still roasting when you have the cheese on the top and the breadcrumbs and the herbs. You're just waiting for Tesco to arrive. Ooh, I'm intrigued to know what you've ordered, Melanie. What's on the menu? Have you got your things for Saturday? I'm guessing that some of your ingredients for Saturday will be arriving today. So yeah, it's not too bad. Not too bad today. Oh, some brioche. Oh, he just reminded me, actually, I need to take out my meat for tonight. Otherwise it won't be defrosted. So I'm going to be doing peri-peri pork. It's peri-peri pork with black bean stew and garlicky chorizo ciabattas tonight. I've made this before. You can see that there. That's what I'm doing tonight. That's what we're doing tonight, guys. So let me take out some pork mince. I do a lot of mince, don't I, with these recipes? If I can find it. Okay, I think we're ready then, guys. I think I'm only going to need... Well, we can put it on both, actually. And what is everyone making? So I'm doing a Santa Fe salad. It's a Santa Fe chicken salad, which shouldn't be too... it'll be the chicken that'll obviously take the longest to cook. I might have to make sure the chicken starts cooking before I come live. And then it's got like cilantro salsa blend, and what else is in there? It's a simply cooked recipe, so it's some of the flavour pots that I use. Okay, I think this is ready now, guys. Shall we? Let's take out the tomatoes. Obviously, if you want these, leave it in the oven longer. See any problem, but I think they'll be fine. Oh, this looks good. Oh, look at this, guys. Look at this. Oh my god, it's really, really hot. Really, really hot. Hot. Let me pop this to one side. Oh my! Let me lift this up. Oh, look at this. So we're going to take our roasted tomatoes with the cheese. Oh, look at this. Oh, the tomatoes have softened so nicely. You could even just sort of pop them in the... Oh, it's like a miniature pizza. This is like a miniature pizza. So we've got the herbs, we've got the soft tomatoes, the breadcrumbs. This is definitely a... Oh my god. Can't even get it off there. There we go. I'm going to spin you around in just a second. Oh my word, this is... Right, let's take this off. Put that back in the oven. Very, very hot. So that is my breakfast, everyone. So this is the baked tomato toast. So, well, Tommy, if you don't like that, then that's not my problem, is it? Just because I do. Kristen, I will make you a moderator, and Melanie, I'll make you a moderator as well. So thank you all for watching, guys. So we've got fresh orange juice and the nice soft roasted tomatoes with herbs and cheese on toast. So thank you for watching, guys. I shall see you all later, and I'll be back on tonight. So take care, guys. See you later.